It's a Sebon Podcast Show. It's a Sebon Podcast Show. Everybody's welcome. Peace and love. It's a Sebon Podcast Show. Bam, we're live.
Bam, we're live. I've been wearing my glasses less and less. I don't know why. You know why I think I've been wearing them less and less? Because I don't see so good up close now with my glasses on. I don't know what happened. My glasses used to work everywhere, and then now, like up here, I have to squint. So I've just not been wearing my glasses as much. At first, it was weird. Is that the phone doing that sound? There was that is the phone. Yes, that was the call-in line. There was an affiliate summit or affiliate gathering, or there was something where Don spoke to a bunch of affiliates. I want to say it was in Southern California this weekend. Ooh, it's cold in here. I think it was yesterday or the day before. 2 days off. The audio is a little off. Is it off? Let me see what's going on. Good morning, Kevin Smith. Let me see. Audio. No, seems like it should be right. Audio's fine for me. Okay, cool. Chase, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Kenneth, hi. Kenneth, did I send you a Slack box? I should send someone else a Slack box. I think I have to go to the post office again in the next few days. How was the pre-show dump and shower? Oh, it was great. I took 2 dumps this morning already in 1 hour. I overate. I overate yesterday twice. I overate at breakfast, which is crazy because I used to overeat all the time. You know when you overeat, like it like hurts. It's like uncomfortable. I overate at breakfast, and then I went to Greg's and I had his wife made squash spaghetti. And I put 2 huge handfuls of Parmesan on it. I had like 3 cups of water, 2 sparkling waters. Please talk about the UFC matches, man. I actually felt bad for. I was happy Merab won, but I actually felt bad for O'Malley. Not feel bad for him, like feel sorry for him, but you know, I respected the fact that he put in a shitload of work and that he lost the fight. Man, those guys work so hard, and the stadium looked absolutely amazing. There were a couple really epic fights. I was happy for Shevchenko. That was pretty cool. I like Grasso. I just don't think she's. I don't think she's the. I mean, you remember how she won that first fight, right? I mean, it was very strategic. She'd been practicing that when Shevchenko would spin, she would attack her back. And Shevchenko is notorious for spinning for people who don't follow the fight world. She does a lot of spinning moves, and Grasso was losing the fight, and Shevchenko did it like probably either a spinning kick or a spinning backhand, and bam, Grasso grabbed her back and pinned her, and then. Oh, was this the Vegas Sphere UFC? Yeah. It was really cool. My favorite shot of the entire fight was when the camera would be outside the sphere and it would show you the sphere, and on that screen what was going on inside the ring. Vegas is a trip. I think that's the world's largest screen. Anyway, so Don Fall, CEO of CrossFit, did a talk yesterday or 2 days ago. And if anyone went to it, I'd like to hear your take on it. Oh, here, someone, did you catch the left hook and choke by Souza? Shit was crazy. By Souza? Someone texted me that yesterday at 6 p.m. I don't remember a Souza fighting. Let me see. There was something else here. Oh, my notes aren't on here. They're only on my phone. Anyway, I'm curious what anyone thought who went to that. If you went to that, please call in. I want to hear your take on it. I'm very curious what Don's saying is going to happen with CrossFit. For those of you who don't know, from 2014 to 15 to 16 to 17 to September to November of 2017, from 14 to November of 2017, there was a steady decline in growth, but there still was growth at CrossFit. By growth, I mean seminar sales, open and games participation, and affiliate growth. And the whole time I was there at CrossFit, the only real issue at CrossFit, like the only thing that like was like a major like, hey man, we got to figure out how to fix this, or if it is even something bad, was affiliate retention, keeping the affiliates. And in 2017, that year, there were 4 initiatives I launched. I launched the email of the day. First, I was going to buy Morning Chalk Up, and then I met with Justin LaFranco, who's a complete douche. So I didn't buy that. And so, email of the day, do a daily WOD tip. We launched the podcast. And the fourth thing is we released a long form video every single week. And the video would be 10 to 20 minutes long, and it would be a transformational story. Greg all of us wanted to start doing transformational stories. And from that month that we launched it, of November of 2017, all the way to September of 2018, every month we had growth everywhere except in retention. It was fucking amazing. Everything was great. It was awesome. Seminar sales went up, affiliates went up. Let me rephrase that. They had always been going up, but our growth had slowed down. But our growth started accelerating again. And then in September of 2018, we were told the media is no longer to make any more media, but we had enough media at that time in the bag because we always made so much that we had enough media to get us all the way to December 31st. But on that day, we were told we were told by the new CEO at that time that we need to use up all of our media by that date, because after that, everything was going to change and he wasn't going to let us publish it. So we basically, everything that we had in the can, we published from in that November and December. And then that January, basically, we fired the media team. And somehow I survived that. And there became a plummet. I think a massive plummet. I want to say we had a 30% decline in that number. I'm not exactly sure of, but as I recall, I think we had a 30% decline in seminar sales and affiliations. And it was a pretty simple plan. The podcast was massive over at CrossFit, and the affiliates loved it because for the first time in all their years, they felt like they were getting regular communication from HQ. That's how they took it. It's funny, that wasn't even the plan. Anyway, so I'm just curious, and I've shared that plan in 2000. In my first meeting with Don, I think he had only been CEO for a month, and I met him for a coffee here in Santa Cruz, and I told him that plan. And he seemed very responsive to that plan, but then he gave me like maybe a 2 or 3 minute talk on a bunch of shit that I didn't understand. It was MBA shit. Like, we need to make sure we need the data, and we need to get the ROI on the SEO, on the MIA, on the CEO, on the DEF, on the DNF, and I was like, wow. And after he gave me that lecture, I was like, hey dude, I wouldn't worry about that stuff. I would just keep in your head that YouTube's the world's largest search engine, and you better be fucking banging on it. And so I'm curious if I'm just curious. I'm curious if any of that. And then he said they would do it. And now it's been 3 years, and they haven't done it. We haven't seen any media really come out. Yesterday, I watched about 20 minutes of the new Buttery Bros video. They hit the Mars and Heber and Dallin Pepper were going to gyms. I thought it was really cool, man. I thought it was really, 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 really cool. I thought it was crazy cool. I met Don. I've had coffee with Don a couple times, at least 2, maybe 3. Hung out. I enjoyed my time with him. He's cool. But I get the impression that, I don't know. Yeah. Key metrics, ROI and DEI. Yeah. And I'm not sharing all the details. I don't want to like, I don't want to, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to, there's some things in meetings that maybe should be private. Not that there was anything crazy said. We weren't like divulging like nuclear secrets. But man, it's been 3 years. And the thing is it takes about 2 years. Well, it takes at least a year. Unless they're going to fire up and start doing daily podcasts and relaunch the journal, it takes at least a year or two to turn the ship around. The ship's big, you know. I've never been on an aircraft carrier, but I've heard that it's quite a feat to turn one of those things around. You need like 3 miles. So, Jake Chapman, I only have time for 3 podcasts: the Sevon Podcast, Glinton, and Tom Guerin. Tom Guerin? Never heard of that dude. The guy who listens to the show? That Tom? TG3 has a podcast? Yeah, isn't that his IG? Curious. Oh, great line. Sporty Beth needs 3 miles to turn around. Wow. Tom started this week. It's awesome. Oh, how did the Bears do? Did the Bears play? Did the Bears play today? Who do they play today? Caleb's not doing so good, huh? I never understand clips that Tyler Watkins sends me. I just don't understand them. I try to. I want to. That was a complete side note. Bears are on tonight on Peacock. Oh, I just canceled my Peacock. When my father-in-law comes into town, I always get Peacock. He loves sports. He's so into sports. Man, he's into sports. All right. So if anyone went to that affiliate gathering, let me know. I want to hear all about it. Please don't say my notes are fucked up. Yep, they're fucked up. Damn, that sucks. Oh no, they're not fucked up. Oh, yep, they're fucked up. Damn it. Still don't have my notes figured out after 3 years. Oh, here we go. Let's see if that fixed it. I got to get my phone and my computer to sync. Son of a bitch. Don't lose your notes, Sevi. Bear with me. Refreshing my Google Notes. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alrighty. Sevi's notes equal Egyptian. No, they're in English. Sevi, you should come to Crash. It's less than a month away. I would love to go. I would love to go just to hang with the guys, but Sevon Podcast is sending John Young and Bill Grundler and Patrick Rios and Matt Souza, and I will be here at home. I did see this, Tyler. Did you see the video with Megyn Kelly saying there will be big news story on Epstein's story in less than 12 months? Yeah, I saw that. Sevy, what school activities are the boys going to do? My kids don't go to school. This week, they'll be learning about pronouns. $2 for every time I've watched You're Killing the Fat Man 10 plus times. Changed my life. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome, Bo. That's awesome. I need to have Gary on. I was texting with Gary, I don't know, like a month ago. Let me get Gary back on. Homeschool. They started a 8-week CrossFit class. You want to hear some gossip about that? Some shit I definitely shouldn't say. Stuff that will just ruin friendships for me. You want to hear that stuff? Stuff about I already had an interaction. I don't do good with other parents. I'm just horrible with other parents. How's the 2 girlfriend situation with your boy? You know what's crazy is he had a dream the other night that he had 2 girlfriends. And last night at Greg's house, he did a mock wedding with one of Greg's daughters, who's not his girlfriend. And then he walked into the room, and I heard my wife say to him, "Isn't that weird? You had a dream that you would have 2 girlfriends, and today you're doing your second marriage?" Because he'd already done a mock wedding with his other girlfriend. Can you really do a mock wedding? I was a little concerned about that. Isn't a wedding a wedding? What's a mock wedding? Aren't all weddings mock weddings? Oh, Joe, this one is this is like a friend of mine. One of the parents did some dumb shit at the people just do shit that makes it so I start judging the fuck out of them. You know what I mean? You guys want to hear the story? Could fuck the friendship up with my buddy. Although my buddy who the parents that fucked this up always, whenever I talk to this guy on the phone, he makes it very clear to me, I never watch your podcast. For some reason, he's so insistent on always telling me I don't watch your podcast. And if I watch it, I only watch the ones with Greg in them. But I just interact with the parents. I'm like, yep, you're a loser. Yep, you're a dipshit. I don't want to do it, but I just lack the discipline. I'm not a man of God who does not judge. We did mock weddings in early elementary school just to have an excuse to kiss. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I actually had that thought yesterday too. Noodles. I watched the Kill Tony live from Madison Square Garden, and I'm on the fence about your take about Tony having an ego trip. He's really good. What he does is really difficult. He's always on. But what did you think about when he destroyed Redman and when he destroyed the guy who said everything twice? But let me tell you that, and I used to freak out a little bit when Stern would just fucking destroy the people that he worked with too. Like he would just really ride them. And the thing is, I had watched an interview. I had watched that interview. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Tony Hinchcliffe interview canceled. I had watched like 30 minutes
Don't look it up.
I had watched 30 minutes of this video first. So I'd watched this video. Tony Hinchcliffe canceled for a joke from, I think it's from 2021. And this made me really trip on Tony. This made me really trip on him. I only made it this far. I made it 27 minutes into it, and I was like, oh, man. Oh, it's Red Ban? Oh, Red Ban. I thought it was Red Man. Sevon, your story about his cancellation with the Chinese comic is missing a lot of information. This video is, or what I've told you is? I didn't even get to the conspiracy part. I know I didn't even get to the part where he says it was a plan. I haven't even gotten to that. I'm just saying about how every time right before he talks, he prefaces it with like, I'm the greatest. Basically, I'm the greatest ever. I'm the greatest ever. I'm the greatest ever. And like somehow these things shouldn't happen to him because he's the greatest ever. Do you see a correlation to Dana destroying reporters? No, I don't. I don't. No, it's not like Trump. It's not like Trump. It's not like Trump, or it's not like my buddy Travis Bajan, who always talks about how great he is at arm wrestling. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. He's a comedian. I know. I 100% hear you. And I was talking to someone else, and they were like, "Hey, that's just the premise of the show." And I get it, because when I first started watching the show, I get it. It's one giant roast. I get it. I get it. You also start like that, Sevon, talking about how great you are. I know. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I don't want to dislike the guy. If you think Tony is harsh on Red Band, watch William Montgomery versus Red Band. It's not roasting. He's not roasting Red Band. There's a point where there's a comic up on stage, and Red Band goes, "Oh, do you know who his roommate is?" And Tony launches into him. There's no comedy about it at all. It's not like really harsh comedy. It's not like that at all. It's just tearing into someone. I don't mind good roasting. You know who's really harsh? Who's the guy we had on the show? David Lucas. David Lucas is really harsh roasting, and although it makes me uncomfortable sometimes, it's still just roasting. No, it's not the comedy culture. Nope, it's not that. It is not that. These are things where someone's having just they're conflating, just being, their frustration gets conflated with comedy, and they think they can get away with shit because maybe it's funny. That's my take on it. I guess I would only Tony would know. David Lucas, that was the worst guest we've ever had. He was like taking phone calls from his mom, and like it was weird. So anyway, back to other things. Okay. Here we go. Audrey's dating one of my sons in the future. Great. Sevi, I'm basically talking to a dude who is one of your sons growing up. Okay. Here we go. Sevi, you give and tell telephone calls? You give and tell phone calls. You give and tell phone calls. Oh, sorry. David Lucas was my best guest. Thank you.
Venezuela, by the way, has the lowest murder rate ever right now. What does that tell you?
Yeah, all the murderers are gone.
They're here.
So is it true that they're emptying prisons? I mean, is this
not
Cuba all over again?
This is not a hearsay. There was a
They're talking about Venezuela.
memo by DHS last year admitting that, in fact, they knew that Venezuela's government was emptying their prison and rehabilitation centers or drug centers, releasing them on purpose because they knew with instructions to make, if you were going to get out, you're going to make your way to the U.S. That is not, we're not making that up. That's true. It was reported on, and DHS admitted that that was happening. And in fact, it has. El Tren de Aragua is heavily present in our country now.
DHS is Department of Homeland Security. This guy, well, Dr. Phil will reiterate. Here we go.
Okay, so you're telling me that DHS has acknowledged that Venezuela, for example, is emptying their prisons and their rehabilitation centers with the understanding you get out if you leave here and go to the United States.
Yes.
And DHS has in writing said, we know that's happening. We know they're coming here. We're processing them in and have no idea where they are.
Correct.
Do you guys think this is true? You guys think this is true?
Correct.
How many people are we talking about?
Millions. And just Venezuela alone.
We're talking about in the last 2 or 3 years, we've had estimated how many people have come across the border.
My estimation, the official number, I think, is about 10 million.
Yeah, it's about 10, 11 million.
Yeah,
that's the official.
But
okay, remember that. I'm gonna show you some weird shit here in a second. Some weird shit.
Personal opinion,
I think they're conflating stuff, right? Venezuelans and then total of illegal immigrants. But here we go.
I think we're about 15 to 18 million. Venezuela, by the way, has the lowest murder rate.
Okay, so the claim is the Venezuela is emptying its prisons and its insane asylums and sending people up here. And the evidence we have are stories like 75% of all the people being arrested in Manhattan are illegal immigrants. We're hearing about, we had the lawyer on from Florida who told us that there's crazy organized crime from Venezuelan immigrants. And then we have the story in Aurora, Colorado, and there's just tons of stories like that, right? Okay, so just remember that. And then I don't even know who this guy is. Let me see. I don't even know who this guy is who's talking. It doesn't even say in the write-up. Fill in the blanks. The copyright of this video has not been anyway. I don't even know who he's talking to. Someone it looks like, I don't know who it is. But some guest of Dr. Phil's. Some Latin looking cat. Okay, so remember that, guys. We're gonna build a story here. Okay? Let's keep going. Here we go. This is the National Border Patrol Council President. I don't know if this guy has any validity or if he's like Brent Fikowski, but he's got a cool title. He's the National Border Patrol Council President.
Kamala Harris knows what she needs to do. I was there. I gave her all of the policies that she needed, all of them, and she refused to implement them. She does not care about you. She does not care about the safety of this country. He does. This is the man for the presidency. Thank you. Wow. Kamala Harris knows what she needs to do.
Okay, so we got a Border Patrol guy saying Kamala knows what to do, but she's not doing it. National Border Patrol Council President. Let's see. Let's just look this up real quick. What did I call him? National Border Patrol National Border Patrol number of members. Let's see. The Border Patrol has 65,000 employees. Let me see. National Border Patrol. Let me see. President. I don't know if they all belong to that organization. The National Border Patrol Council was started in 1967. It has 18,000 members. And the president is Brandon Judd. Okay. So we got that. Okay, so he's saying he's told Kamala what to do. Then we go to this article. I don't know if this is a liberal or conservative rag, but it says Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua used border chaos to infiltrate the U.S. Tren de Aragua, a criminal gang from Venezuela that is said to be as serious a threat as the Salvadorian gang MS-13, is quietly operating in unsuspected neighborhoods and communities across the country. The Gazette has confirmed the presence of Tren de Aragua, or TDA, in Colorado, and reported that the gang has given the green light for gang members to attack or fire on law enforcement, according to a U.S. Department of Homeland Security memo. So that confirmed what that guy told Dr. Phil. DHS did release a memo to the Albuquerque Police Department saying that Tren de Aragua gave the green light for gang members to attack or fire on law enforcement. The transnational corporation-sized criminal gang took advantage of the ongoing border crisis and has been able to push members into the United States and beef up its presence in cities nationwide where law enforcement and elected officials are gravely concerned. Georgia nursing student Laken Riley was murdered in February. The gang has been around just over a decade, and in that time gone from operating inside prison walls to spreading across Venezuela into South America and now penetrating U.S. communities. Okay, right? Senator Marco Rubio, Florida, who represented a state with one of the highest Venezuelan populations in the country, said in an interview that the gang has wreaked havoc across Central and South America. More than 11,000 Venezuelan police and military raided the Tocoran prison last year, but not before many prisoners escaped inside the prison where the gang's leadership operated. The leaders of 11,000 police. That's quite a raid. The leader of Tren de Aragua, Guerrero Flores, escaped from the prison and is still on the loose. Wow. So even with a raid of 11,000 police officers, he escaped. The U.S. State Department has offered $5 million for information regarding his whereabouts of this Guerrero Flores. More than 7 million Venezuelans have fled the country seeking refuge around the globe. TDA members have taken advantage of the influx to hide within the communities of Venezuelan immigrants. Since January of 2021, nearly 700,000 immigrants from Venezuela have been encountered. Okay. Now, here's the part that I need your help on. Here's the part that I don't fucking get at all. And we've all seen this video, right, of the supposedly the Tren de Aragua in Aurora, Colorado. And there's a lot of independent journalists who've gone up there and said that there are dudes, gang members, cruising around with guns and that it's real, even though some of the mainstream media wants to say it's not. There's those YouTubers who are going there and interviewing people, and you can see the interviews, and the shit looks real to me. Okay, here we go. Here's the part that's weird.
Hi, I'm Steve Ballmer.
So this is Steve Ballmer. I don't know if this is true, but he's the co-founder of Microsoft.
I spent 34 years growing Microsoft.
He spent 34 years growing Microsoft. This is Bill Gates' buddy.
10 years owning the LA Clippers basketball team. I love computers, data, and facts.
He likes facts. Okay?
That's why I started USA Facts.
So he started USA Facts. Now I want to show you this chart that he has. This is the part. This is one of my liberal buddies sent this to me. This is the part I don't understand. Jake Chapman, he sounds fun. Yeah. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
He estimates that the total unauthorized population living in the United States in 2022, the most recent number, is around 11 million people.
The total unauthorized immigrants living in the U.S. is around 11 million. In 2022. How can that be the same number that's in 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020? How could this number, if 11 million people have come in the last 3 years, how could the number be the same? How the fuck could the number...
In 2010, that estimate was actually higher, 11.6 million people. When our Customs and Border Protection...
How can that number not be changing? He's not talking about new people coming in every year. He's saying the total.
Department of Homeland Security estimates that the total unauthorized population living in the United States in 2022, the most recent number, is around 11 million people.
Something doesn't make sense. Something doesn't make sense. What the fuck is going on here? He said the total number living in the U.S. is 11 million. How could it be 11 million every year? The only way I could think... So here's some options, right? They're deporting them as fast as they're coming in, right? Wouldn't that would, right? Or they're legalizing them, whatever. They're waving the magic wand over them and making them legal as fast as they're coming in, right? Yeah. Okay. Hey, because Justin, because they're authorized now. Is that what it is? Because because so that was the big distinction between Kamala's plan, right, and Trump's plan. That's the big distinction. Trump wanted it so you come into the country illegally, we catch you, and we send you back, and we give you a court date, and you wait in a foreign land, right? You don't rob my house and then get to wait in there until the cops show up or until your court date and live in my fucking kitchen for 3 months. I kick you out of the house or you go to jail, and then when your date comes up, then your court date comes up, then we talk about it. And Kamala's plan and Biden's plan has been, once they come to the country, we give them a court date and they get to stay here. Oh, here's some other options. I mean, I'm open to all of them. What is this? Or they are dying. Okay, yeah, they could be dying. They're going home. I don't. Does anyone get this? Can someone call in and be like, Sevi, you're a fucking idiot. It's this. I really want to fucking understand this. I really want to understand how it has stayed at fucking just the same number for fucking 13 years. We do know something's going on, right? Because if 75% of the arrests in Manhattan are from illegal aliens, the crimes, the rapes, the stealing are from illegal aliens. I mean, that's new, right? You think Steve's facts are wrong? Crazy. 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 Is anyone in the chat a baby of rape? Did anyone's mom get raped and they were born and their mom didn't abort them? So you guys aren't buying it? Is that what it is? Where's the Joker getting his numbers from? Biden record keepers. I mean, that's the first. I don't know how he could say that. I know he says he's just all about the facts, but I don't know how he could say that and then just not stop and be like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. I'm hoping that one of you guys is going to be like, no, Sevi, you're missing it. It's this. I was watching Charlie Kirk in a circle of like 30 libtards, university students, and they were talking about abortion, and they were saying that if a woman is raped, they unanimously agreed that the baby should be terminated because the baby would grow up a horrible life if the mom was raped. I don't think I would grow up a horrible life if my mom was raped. I don't know how that would affect me at all. I don't know why I would care outside of the fact that I love my mom and I'm sorry it happened to her. Oh, no, Sevi, you're missing it. It is this. Oh, tell me, please tell me. Why would you kill a baby because the mom is raped? Because the mom's going to struggle growing a baby that's from a racist? A rapist? A racist rapist? I really don't get it. And you should have seen how pissed these university students were when Charlie Kirk said the same thing. I'm just like, wow, what am I missing? It's like the argument to kill babies because they would grow up poor. Like, so what? Is that bad to grow up poor? Jason Miller, if you start by saying you are all about facts, there are a percentage of people that will hand you their discernment moving forward. Wow. 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 Bob Loba, because they're in college and they've never had a baby and don't know shit about fuck. Yeah, so you were raped and you have to deal with that. And then 20 years later, you realize that you killed a baby. And now you got to deal with that. It was bizarre watching Charlie debate these people. It was fucking absolutely insane. It was fucking absolutely fucking insane. I can't think of too many reasons why I wouldn't be alive, want to be alive. This shit's pretty fucking cool. Hello, caller.
How you doing, Sevi?
I'm good. Having fun.
Good. I last night actually I just watched that same Charlie Kirk. I forget what they called it, but the circle.
I couldn't make it. I couldn't make
stuff.
it more than 15 minutes, dude. To be honest with you, I started like I don't normally get demoralized by shit. But did you see the I don't know if she's black or what she is. She looks like fake black, like that lady who pretended to be black who's head of the NAACP with the fucking
with
all
the piercings.
Yes, I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
And like the way they talk to Charlie is fucking crazy. My mom and dad would have bitch slapped me if I talked to someone like that.
Especially that little skinny kid that just talks over you nonstop.
And the girl with the super
up there?
the little skinny beta blonde boy to want to talk about zygotes. Yeah. He was. But what about the super hot chick with the long neck who said something about his daughter or something? I hope your daughter gets away from you as fast as you can. And then 2 seconds later, she comes and sits again. I'm just like, holy shit, you guys.
She was the one that made she was trying to make the point about if you were raped, like, do you have the kid or is it okay to abort? I'm pretty sure it was her, but all of them, any one of them, when they get up there, they have like one quick little, rehearsed thought process, and you can tell it's like a news-fed, kind of a sheep, just follow along. Oh yeah, that sounds good. I'll take that stance, and they can't elaborate or expand upon it at all. It's just crazy to me.
Killing babies just comes off their tongue like so easy. All of them. I was just like, how is that? How are you? I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, I don't want people telling women what to do with their bodies, but you're killing a fucking baby.
Well, that's kind of my problem with, any of those topics, right? Because I feel like it's, people are so quick to take these stances, but they they don't actually expand upon them or think into them at all. It's just, you know, hey, this sounds good. This is the side of the fence I'm going to be on. And you know, but yeah, that guy's content's great. I actually just found him, and he's got a lot of stuff like that.
Did you make it through that entire video?
No, I made it to, I think I was one more topic in, I forget what it was. And then that was that little skinny kid that I just couldn't even hear it. It was so cringy.
Yeah, it is. And then how about the hippie kid wearing the crazy shirt and the mustache? They don't even use their real voices. They haven't even found their voices yet.
Yeah, man, it's wild. It's wild stuff. I mean, everything you can watch right now, it's crazy. All the stuff that's out there.
Yeah, I'm okay with Tyreek Hill having 5 kids in 1 year. He's got a good job.
Yeah, good on him. He can afford it.
Yeah, bang away on those hoes.
They're going to get all sorts of money. It's not, you know, it's not like they didn't have a choice in what happened there, right?
They come from a good set of genes. They won't have a dad, but
be real fast though.
Yeah. Yeah, the Charlie Kirk thing is crazy. Hey, how can there only be 10 million or 11 million illegal immigrants in the country every single year if people are pouring over the border every year? Who's lying to us?
Man,
how does that work?
Those numbers, they got to be controlled, man. Like, I don't know where they source that stuff, but I mean, you know, I don't know. You can't trust any of that stuff. But if, you know, kind of like you were saying before you pivoted to Kirk, if the crime in these areas are going up, if there's noticeable changes, right? If there's, like you said, these YouTubers are going in and they're saying, yeah, no, this is a thing, but the media is saying otherwise, or the numbers don't reflect that. But all of a sudden, just kind of out of thin air, we have this new problem with crime.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just it's a hidden fact.
Yeah,
you know, I wouldn't say I've heard the argument where it's like, well, the left would like to keep these guys here because they're going to vote for, you know, this person or that person. It's like, well, they ain't voting. I mean, them people aren't going to vote. You know.
Have you ever been? Have you ever been out of the country?
I have not actually. I'm out of the country tomorrow.
Oh, where are you going?
First time ever.
Where are you going?
So Mexico.
Oh, what are you doing down there? Work?
Down to Cancun.
Oh.
No, it's a belated anniversary. So 2 years for my wife and I, and we never got around on the honeymoon. So we're taking off for the honeymoon. And
do you know about the water?
And I don't. Well, tell me about the water.
Just don't drink the water. It could fuck your whole trip up.
I had kind of heard that before, but that's a real thing, huh? Stick to the bottles.
Yeah, stick to the bottles. That's pretty real. And I mean, if you really, because here's the thing: if you fuck up, it could fuck your trip up.
Yeah, that'd be no good.
Unless you need to lose weight, unless you want to lose like a quick 5 pounds or 10 pounds. But I would use bottled water even on your toothpaste, or I would ask the hotel if they filter their water. Yeah, it could mess. Even Curious says it will mess with your honeymoon. Yeah, you want to.
Yeah, that's funny because I had heard that before, but I actually completely forgot about that until you just saying that. I wouldn't even have thought twice.
When I went down there the first time, I was 20 or something, and it's called Montezuma's Revenge. And I got it, but I didn't care. I was 20, like whatever, just shit all over the place, whatever. But also I know that other people have gone to Bali and had their shit like really turned upside down. Like a lot of people have had that. I can't remember which CrossFit Games athlete I had. I don't know if it was Alexis Raptis. I think she has a problem with her pooper anyway. But
yeah, I think Raptis.
But I know other people who've gone down there and shit's gone really fucking sideways for them.
Crazy.
So, yeah. So, Bali Belly is what it's called, Bernie Gannon. But just, I mean, it's cool. Cancun's awesome. I mean, the Mexico is cool as shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm excited for it. So, what, you were gonna make a point prior to that, or you're just gonna make a comment on the water?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I've been everywhere, and so, they're not just eating dogs. Haitians don't just eat dogs, and poor people don't just eat dogs. They eat everything. They even eat other people. They eat elephants. They ate cats. They ate tons of mice. They ate shitloads of fucking insects. They drink urine from animals when they're in drought conditions. I mean, there's no when people in survival mode, they'll do anything. I mean, drinking urine from animals is not uncommon at all in a lot of fucking dry places. And so I just saw a comment in the comments about, like, it's not absurd to say in Haiti they eat dogs. Haiti's a really, really fucking bad place. Like life is tough there. And yeah, so I was just wondering if you had been anywhere and seen any of that. I mean, in a lot, like, if you can go to China and their market smells absolutely disgusting, and you can find any animal you want to eat there. You could find skunks to eat there, anything.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, scorpions.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
I haven't.
Spiders.
Obviously, I'm aware of things are bad, but I don't think anybody really understands what it would actually be like in some of these third world places unless you've been there.
When I went to Africa, most of the places I went, people spent their entire life was all about getting water. So these villages I would go to, that's the whole premise of your life. So just imagine every morning you woke up and someone in your family had to do the fucking 10-mile round trip walk to bring back a bucket of water. And so this motherfucker has to be strong too, right? Because they're going to carry 5 gallons of water back on their head. So every morning that person walks up, they walk to where the hose is. There's a line there that's fucking anywhere from 3 hours to 45 hours long, right? There'll be people waiting in line for days. They fill the bucket up with water and then they walk back, and that's their whole life. So, oh, I lost you. Hold on. For some reason, I lost you. Hold on. Or you could live in Mexico and just drink dirty water. Sorry, I lost you. Are you back? Hey, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought that could have been me. I'm kind of getting towards this pocket in my neighborhood where I lose service. But
where do you live?
Yeah, man, it's Minnesota, Rochester,
okay.
Minnesota.
Oh my God, that's home of Tampon Tim.
Tampon Tim. I guess I don't know who Tampon Tim is. Are you talking about some homeless guy?
No, that's your governor, isn't it? Tampon Tim.
Oh yeah. Pretty easy to forget that. Yeah, he's terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. When I seen that, that's wild to see that he's running for VP.
Isn't it crazy that he fucking he basically let his cities burn during the George Floyd riots. He gave up the 23rd precinct or the 3rd precinct. It was crazy.
Absolutely nuts. And then, like, shortly after all that went down, I had friends. I knew several people that are kind of close, blocks away from that area, and just to hear, about what was happening, it's like, wow, like that's crazy. I mean, that's a guy, like, I don't even really care the circumstance. Like, no way, no how do you want that guy to have any level of power over the whole country? I mean, that just shows weakness.
Judy's blown away. I'm a little blown away too that you didn't know who Charlie Kirk is or who Tim Walz is. Do you spend too much time listening to this podcast?
That's a majority of my time. Of course, I know who Tim Walz is, but
all right.
I didn't know. Tampon Tim's a new one. I had not heard that before.
But it's appropriate, right? It's apropos.
Super appropriate.
Okay.
Well, they brought him on to be the man's man. It's that guy just screams masculinity.
Totally.
But cool, man. Well, all right, man.
All right.
Have a good Sunday.
If you do accidentally drink the water, drink the strongest shot of alcohol you can afterwards to kill whatever you put in there.
I'm going to do that before and after, just to be safe. Then.
Smart. Okay. Have a good day.
All right. See you, brother. Bye.
That guy's going to Mexico to bang the shit out of his wife. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So, have a great vacation, Judy says. Do you see what Judy's doing there? She feels bad. Judy's such a nice person that she critiqued him for not knowing who Tim Walz or Charlie Kirk is, but then has to balance it out with have a great vacation. She felt bad. Yeah, go overseas. I mean, go Go to Dominican Republic. Try to go to Haiti. Try to go to Haiti. See what happens there. Like, just try to go there. Go to Dominican Republic, which is fucked up, and then ask the people there, hey, do you ever go to Haiti? It's crazy. Oh, my goodness. We live with fucking complete fucking sheltered fools.
Think of anybody that could speak to the differences in culture. That young black man just shared that he doesn't blame the Haitians. They're doing what maybe they're used to doing back in Haiti. What do you think is going on? They're obviously not trying to assimilate into the American way of life, but eating cats, eating pets, eating ducks, just roaming the street. Is that something that maybe is normal in Haiti?
In some parts, yes. Unfortunately, and like you said, David, I love Haiti. I've been doing work in Haiti for well over a decade. But there's a way you do things, and you see what they've done with this parole program that lets in 30,000 Venezuelans and Haitians and Cubans and people from all over the world with really very little vetting. It's not about letting people into the country. It's about who you let into the country and how you vet them. You know, in Haiti, the gangs took over their prisons and jails and released everyone. Right now, today, there are people in Haiti that eat other people. I have video sent to me from my doctors and staff of humans eating other humans in Haiti. And so you just don't want these people here. And it makes you so sick to think that we've gotten so lax on immigration.
I don't think of anybody.
When I went to India, I spent a bunch of time there, several months of my life in India, and not uncommon at all for homes to be built out of cow shit. Not uncommon at all. Maybe it's the most common thing. Just think about that. Jake Chapman, I've got videos of women eating women. Someone did send me a crazy video the other day. I saw a video of a guy that was handcuffed. It was the worst thing I've ever seen, naked on the street, and they let a dog eat off his cock and balls. It was fucking crazy. Caller, hi.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I have had dog in Thailand when I was there in Southeast Asia. I've had some wild animals in Africa as well.
But black people would never do that. How dare you say that? Thai people are gross and disgusting. Black people would never do that in Haiti. How dare you?
Fair. Hey, do you mind if I change subjects real quick about Event 1 at the Games 2024?
No, not at all. But can I just ask you this real quick? How was the dog?
Yeah. You know, excellent.
Would you know what kind of dog?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
It was like street food. I thought I was eating chicken. Come to find out, it was dog, and it was good, and kind of when in Rome.
Yeah,
we ate it, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, fair enough. I ain't hating. All right.
Hey,
good on you.
I'm sorry if you've covered this already, if I've missed it, but have you guys covered or talked about the elephant in the room of when Castro or someone from CrossFit was first told someone went down to when the last swimmer came in? How much time was that, and did someone's ego get in the way of not stopping the event? It seems like that's the elephant in the room that no one's talking about. Huge Castro fan, huge fan of the show.
What I remember happened was 2 or 3 people had come in, like Yella and Tia and one other dude, right? And
yes.
And Anya came over, and I was standing right next to Dave, and Anya came over completely freaking out and crying, justifiably. And she said to Dave, "Where's Lazar?" And Dave said, I'm paraphrasing, "He's out there still." And she said, "No, I just saw him at the Orange Buoy 10 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago," or whatever she said. So then he turns to someone and he said, who's right next to him. We're all standing within 3 feet of each other. And he says, is Lazar's chip in? And the person goes, Lazar's chip in is in. And then Anya takes a deep breath and goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then I said to her, you don't need to be sorry. Fuck, it's your husband or boyfriend. You should be, concerned about him. But she's bawling, crying. Then she walks away, and Dave turns to someone else and says, get me. She can't hear this. I hear this. I'm paraphrasing. He says, get me facial. Like, he took it seriously. It wasn't enough that the person said the chip timer in. Go and get your eyes on every single person you have on that list that supposedly the chips come in, right? For a second verification, right?
Yes.
And so then from there, you're asking, how long did it take before they started actually looking for him? I
Yes,
don't
or
think
till the last swimmer came in.
So then for me, that I started when I heard him give that order to one of his staff, I then started also looking for Lazar. I stopped everything I was doing. I headed and started looking for Lazar. And at that point, the next time I saw anything about it, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember if it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, but I ran into Brian Friend and he was on his phone scrolling through the YouTube feed to try to find Lazar. And at that point, I don't think it never crossed my mind that it was ego. I think it was, if
you
anything,
think that
it was.
would you have canceled the event, like stopped the event on the spot and said, we might have a real situation here. Stop the event, everyone in the water.
No, because I think that there's, you mean just because someone doesn't know, someone's just like, hey, we don't know where a certain, no, because there were 70
friends there.
There were 75 other people.
Screaming.
Right. So those people were on the complete other side of the ramp from us. Those people were like
over where Justin's family jumped.
Yes.
In. I had some friends there.
So all week, all I could hear from where I was standing with Dave was that I didn't hear any of those people yelling. I did see the guy go in the water, and it was fucking weird, and I had strong feelings about it at the time. But the people yelling is that it was a fan in the water. So the people,
gotcha.
Like the information that was kind of just in the noise is that it's just some sort of streaker or fan, right?
Monday morning quarterback. It's easy to say.
Yeah, we have a fan in the water. I'm pretty sure I heard that. We have a fan in the water. We have a fan in the water. I think I heard that over the radios, and which isn't inaccurate, but it doesn't tell you why he was in the water, right?
Yep.
But you have 75 people still. You have let's say 4 people have come in, and there's concern. Where's Lazar? And there's 75 people out there. I wouldn't have stopped the race. I would have thought like, hey, shut the fuck up. Of course he's still out there. Only the best guy in the world has come in so far. Yellow Hosta. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I would not have stopped it.
Thank you for clearing this up.
But in hindsight, you have to want there to be at a open water swim event where it's deeper, where the vision's hard to see and the water's deeper than, you make up the number, I don't know, 8 feet. Anywhere on the swim, you have to want a dive team there, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's
in hindsight.
Yeah, for all the things that happen, people are always like, hey, they talk about volunteers are paid. Fuck you. They talk about lifeguards versus what if they're Coast Guard search and rescue? Fuck you. I don't care. The thing that I keep circling on is like, man, it seems like whoever was in charge of safety maybe should have had a dive team there, just so you could cover your bases. Because if someone goes below 8 feet and the water's dirty, who's going to go down there and get them? Right? Like, let's say we would have even known within 30 seconds they sent people out there. Who was going to go? I think he drowned in 16 feet of water. Who was going to go down there and get him? Can people go down that? I can't go down there. My fucking ears would explode.
Right. But just something about keeping the event going gives me an uneasy feeling. That's all.
Yeah, I don't think there was any. I think it was just like, I mean, look at Adler. You could have, Adler entered the water first and didn't come until 20th. So like anything was possible, right? I don't.
Oh yeah.
So I don't see it that way. I'm not. I don't think there was any. I don't think there's any way I would have stopped the event if he hadn't come in the first 5 people. No way.
Gotcha. And sorry to pivot the show.
It's okay.
I appreciate picking up the call and make America healthy again.
Yeah, boy. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye now.
Sounded like an adult. I didn't know adults listen to this show. I was like a real man. Like that guy had like a real job. You guys like sporting deaths? We can talk about sporting deaths if you want. TikToker dead after running Disneyland half marathon. Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
What's a TikToker? Do you know what a TikToker is? Is that like trying to define what a professional CrossFit Games athlete is? Like, what's a TikToker? Is it anyone who uses TikTok?
I guess.
I would say
maybe
I'm
someone that creates content for TikTok.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a professional CrossFit Games person. I don't know if an athlete, but I'm a professional at something. How are you?
Doing all right. Want to talk about the Haitian situation that we mentioned in the show earlier.
You want to talk about what?
I'm actually Dominican.
Oh, yes. Are you in Dominican Republic?
No, I live here in the States. I've been here for a few years now.
Okay.
Hey, listen.
And you share an island. You share an island with Haiti, right? Just for people who are geographically ignorant. Okay.
Exactly. I'm from Santo Domingo, which is about 3 hours and a half away from the border.
Okay.
So, small island. You can go back and forth in a single day. So what I wanted to say is this. The easiest way that I've been able to explain to usually Americans the situation is the following. Same as Mexico. You guys put a border together not to allow the country to be flooded with Mexicans. Mostly the same. We don't blame them, though, because Mexicans comes here to look for a better life, better job opportunities.
I agree.
You know, do the same. Haitians is the same.
Right.
The only thing is that in Haiti, things are a little bit different because most of all, dude, again, same island. One side of the island is totally different to the other.
Totally different.
Language.
Totally different people. Yeah, totally different. Culturally, they look different, everything.
Language, culture.
Oh, what do they speak in Haiti? They speak French?
It's a mix of French. It's called Creole.
Okay.
It's kind of a broken French. Pardon me if I don't know much about that.
And what do you guys speak in Dominican Republic? Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something else. If you look at statistics in Dominican Republic, and that has been an issue for the past few years. Mostly the same issue happening here in the States. Most of hospitals are being used by people from Haiti coming to give birth in the Dominican Republic, then go back to the country. Guess what? Dominicans, we do not charge them for them come and give birth here or there in this case. Number one, education, schools, public system is flooded with Haitians. Dominicans do not charge them at all. And it's basically the same issue. But the thing here is, Dominican is not a first world country. It's a third world country trying to survive and, get things together. How come we have to deal with our neighbors' issues? I know it might sound harsh. I get it. But dude, Savan, you cannot just stop eating in your house because you're going to be giving your food away to your neighbors. If you know what I mean. You got to cover your basics before.
I've been there, and where I specifically went is I went to the Dole factories, and I went to where the old sugarcane fields used to be. And there were a million Haitians who were there to get sugar, to help pick sugar and harvest the sugar, the same way that we use Mexicans and labor from other countries to pick our crops in the United States. And the schools I went to there that the Haitians went to, they didn't have electricity or running water. They didn't have toilets. They didn't have anything like that. But like, I hear you. And in Dominican Republic is like, it's a pretty, obviously there are some really fucking world-class facilities there in first world, but yeah, it's also a struggling country because there's a lot of fucking people there.
Exactly.
And they're tied economically to a lot of the harsh realities of international economics, especially around sugar. Yeah, I hear you.
There you go.
Yeah, I totally hear you. The thing is I don't think people have any idea how fucking bad it is in fucking Haiti. Like when they say they ate dogs and some people are rolling their eyes, I'm like, dude, like, do you fucking not know what the fuck is going on there? It's just mad. It's survival of the fittest there. It's as close as you can get to survival of the fittest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just to give you, maybe this doesn't hit mainstream media much. I don't know why. I might have my ideas, but Haiti has been under a crisis politically for the past 5-6 years, nonstop. Like, dude, Dominicans have had to kind of mimic the U.S. and try to build a border to avoid the gangs going to the yard. And things started to get out of control to a level that they, you know, just to give an example, DR and Haiti are divided by a river. And they started to get the river to create a channel to get water outside of the river, which is something that by a treaty that happened years ago, that wasn't supposed to happen. And DR has to send the military to get that under control. And they said, hey, we have no president. This is Haiti, by the way. We have no president. We do whatever we want. And we're going to make that happen above whatever treaty we have had in the past. I don't know if you remember, but when the 2010, correct me if I'm wrong, or 2011 earthquake hit Haiti, DR went empty. Every single company, every single society, church, whatever, ONG, went to Haiti to help them. We are the closest neighbors. How come something bad's going to happen to them? We're just going to say, hey, I'm not going to help them out. That's not the case. So people are trying to paint like DR is bad, Haiti is good. I get it. People always have an opinion. Everybody has an ass. Everybody has a different opinion. I get it.
I don't hear anything bad
listen.
about the way the Dominican Republic treats Haiti, other than the fact that the racial experiment there I heard is pretty crazy. When in the times that I've been to Dominican Republic, it's been explained to me very clearly about the shades of skin. That basically, like, it's like in our country, like, I don't know, there's black dudes and there's white dudes and there's Mexicans. But in Dominican Republic, it's like shades of black, right? That's the only thing I've ever heard.
Exactly.
You're right. So the lighter, if you look like Halle Berry, fucking you're in. If you look like fucking Bill Cosby, like things, there might be a class system there. But I don't even
I'll give an example.
Like whatever, make your shit work. At least you have both your legs.
Exactly. Hey, listen, last thing. On that thing about eating cats and everything and whatever's happening in Ohio, that is also tied to some Haitians.
Yeah.
Hard to say, but I mean, I've seen it myself.
You what?
I have seen it myself.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. You're not gonna roll. You're not rolling. If someone told you, "Hey, I saw two Haitian guys eating a fucking dog," you're not gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're fucking crazy." It's just like, yeah, dude. It's like they only know what they know. They're fucking hungry. I told the story. My dad came to this country with a fucking gun he worked at a security booth and shot a fucking deer. My dad was raised in a fucking concrete box with no running water, no electricity till he was 18 years old with fucking 10 siblings. It's like, yeah, of course you're gonna shoot something and eat it. Just what you know.
Of course. Yeah. Man.
All right. Hey, I really appreciate you calling. Thank you. Hey, what state do you live in?
New Jersey.
Cool. All right, dude. Thank you for calling in.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. CrossFit. Inclusive. Yeah, there's the island right there, man. There it is. Dude, I've been everywhere and I have not been to Haiti. And when I went over there, they're like, dude, Sevon, you should not go over there. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah. No, don't go over there. Oh shit, Dan Guerrero. When I was in Dominican, they took us for a Haiti tour on a monster truck. Let me ask you there, did you go there for church? Was it a church retreat? I bet you it was. That's who goes there. Church people. Sevi, do a search, Wall Street Journal, illegal immigrant encounters. You'll see numbers. Yeah, I see the numbers, but this guy's saying that the number of, I have not been to the Isle of Man, Jake Chapman. This guy, Steve Ballmer, is saying that the number of illegals living in this country hasn't changed since 2010. He's saying it was 11.6 million in 2010, and now it's 11 million. And like when I eat food, like I ate something when I'm 5 and I understand why it's not in me. I go to the toilet, I take a shit and it comes out. Like I can like, I assume that's the food I ate coming out and that's the waste product, right? I thought I heard something. I don't understand how people could still be coming in every single year and the number not going up. I don't get it. I got a notice from Instagram this morning saying that my account has been put lower in the algorithm or something like that because I made a post. I reposted something that said an Irish school teacher. What did it say? Let me. What did the post say? I posted. I reposted this. Oh, do you guys want to see the girl that was on Charlie Kirk? This is her. I don't know if you can see all her piercings, but that's her. You know when some people you could find someone attractive and then they talk and you think they're ugly? It was like that. I was like, wow, you got ugly quick. I posted this. I made this post that said, Irish teacher arrested for refusing to affirm trans ideology in school. And it was from Gays Against Groomers. I reposted it. Well, they said that that's not a true story. So I looked it up, and the teacher was actually arrested not for refusing to affirm trans ideology, but because when he refused to affirm trans ideology at school, they told him to leave campus. And he said, no, I have classes to teach. So the nuance there is that he wasn't arrested for refusing to teach it. He was arrested for not continuing to teach his classes after they told him to leave campus because he wouldn't teach that being a tranny school. And so because of that, my account has been one step closer to getting banned again. Caller, hi. I stand corrected on the nuance. Caller, hello. Caller, hello. Caller, hello.
Hey,
hi.
hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Just chilling. My stomach's a little sore. I did leg lifts yesterday.
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Let's hit the open water thing again.
Okay.
So USA Swimming. So I'm a USA Swimming coach for a team. The max temperature USA Swimming says is 85 degrees, no matter what. Right.
Okay.
And then for safety personnel, there's no requirement to have divers.
Just real quick, just to go back to the water temperature, is that because you that's because of heat dissipation? If the water's too warm, you can't cool down while you're swimming? What's the reason?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay.
So the minimum temp, I think, is like 60.8, which is freezing, and the max is 85.
And one more quick thing. Is USA Swimming, is that all pool swimming?
So USA Swimming, there's the competition side of like pool swimming, and then they have an open water division as well.
Okay.
And as far as safety personnel go,
and the water was reported the water, supposedly the only number I've heard is that it was 86 or 87, by the way. So the water in Texas, from what I've heard, I haven't heard anything official, but supposedly it was 1 or 2 degrees warmer than that. Okay, go ahead.
So as far as safety personnel, there's not a requirement to have divers, but USA Swimming says, a ratio of the athlete to safety personnel is not as important as the response time. So their requirement is, however many safety people you have, they have to be able to reach any swimmer anywhere within 20 seconds.
Well, then CrossFit, then that probably is not an issue. Isn't that kind of crazy? I'm going to go off on a tangent here, but isn't that kind of crazy? Because if you read about drowning stories, so I was in a pool that was only 2 feet deep. It was a circle pool. It was 12 feet deep, or it was 2 feet deep with probably like a 12 or 15-foot diameter with my kids in Hawaii. And my twins probably started drowning like 5 times. Like, in 3 days, you know what I mean? Like I saw, like they were taller than 2 feet and they would go under, but because they were babies, right? They were like a year and a half old. They would just start drowning. You go over and pull them out and they're fucking choking on water. I mean, like you could drown, and people drown. All the stories you read on the internet, people drown like in 1 second.
Yeah. I mean,
how could they have that 20-second rule? That doesn't sound right. That's right.
Yeah. 20 seconds. You got to be able to reach anyone in the water within 20 seconds.
Wow.
Because if you're active drowning, it's like 60 seconds or under.
And that's if you see them. That's if you see them. I mean, because basically, if you don't see them, I mean, in a pool you can see them, but people still drowning.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard stories, tons of stories, right? Where it's just a pool full of people, and then someone dies in there, drowns.
Yeah, it happens all the time in really crowded public pools. That's why I think it was like a week or two ago. You guys were on there with Grundler, and y'all were talking about like the high visibility caps, and he was like, that has nothing to do with visibility, which I think he's very wrong, because you got, like you said, you're in a dark water environment. You got to have something on your head that at least helps you stand out. Not saying that it's perfect, but you got to have something. And that, yeah, exactly like you said, 20 seconds if you see them.
Well, a cap, and if it's hot, though, a cap's not the issue. Like, ideally, it'd be a buoy, right? Like those buoys we see.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Whenever I trained, I never wore a cap in practice because, just like you're saying, like I would be on fire the whole time.
So that is true. It does make you hot.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's weird that a CrossFit? Don't you think that's weird that a CrossFit coach? How could a complete moron like me know that? Like, I would never have someone run with a swim cap on. Like, I would never ask someone to run, even if it was cold outside, even if it was 42 degrees. I would never have someone run, maybe with earmuffs, but I would never ask anyone to run as fast as they could for 3.5 miles with anything covering their head. There's no fucking way.
No, absolutely not. When I train my guys, like if they're having any type of issue, first thing that comes off is a cap, and it's almost like an immediate like relief.
That's what a wrestler would do to fucking sweat, to purposely fucking wound themselves.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to keep heat in your body, put some on your hands, feet, and your head. So yeah, a silicone rubber thing on your head is definitely not going to allow you to dissipate heat.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that's a trip.
Yeah, I know people are freaking out about there should have been more people, this, that, whatever. But as far as USA Swimming is concerned, they don't really care about what the ratio is. They're more concerned about the response time.
Yeah. So if you were okay, right. So if the pool's only 12 feet in diameter, one lifeguard would do it even if there were 1,000 kids in there, because you could fucking grab anyone within 1 second. Just reach over.
Well, I know that when you get into that space, a lot of pools have like guard to bather ratios. If you have X amount of people, you have to have this many guards. So that's like totally different. But yeah, it happens all the time in pools. Those pools that have like the 0 entry?
No, what's that? Is? No. That's if someone takes a shit in the pool, parks. No one can go in. 0 entry.
Yes, but no. It's like it starts off really, really shallow, almost like a beach.
Oh yeah, like those are cool. Yes.
But people like kids drown in those things all the freaking time. Because parents used to say, they assume that, oh, it's shallow, you're good. Next thing you know, like your kid is on their stomach, swallows water, roll over, they're dead, Yeah. But anyway.
So what did you hear about, just out of curiosity, do you think that the water was too warm to swim in? You think they should have called off the event?
I mean, hindsight's 2020. Maybe so.
Right.
If it is like, if they can link it to, being heat related, which, it's Texas, it's hot, that water is going to be really warm. Maybe they should have done it differently. Maybe they should have paid more attention to water temperature. If I was running the event, I would be very strict on the temperature rules, the temperature recommendations. But that's just me.
Well, they will going forward.
Yeah, I think they're going to do a lot of different things,
All right. Thank you.
Anyway. Yeah, man. Love the show.
Yep. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Ciao.
See ya.
All right. Dave's in the clear. Let's get back to work. Oh, okay. So back to CNN. Back to CNN. Nope, not back to CNN. Hola, amigo. Hello?
Hello. What's up, Sevi?
How are you?
Good, man.
We're going to talk dogs? Are we going to talk eating dogs?
No, my dog was not like that.
Okay. All right.
I was at the affiliate summit over the weekend.
Oh, shit. Do you own an affiliate?
I don't. I'm a head coach down here in San Diego.
Okay.
But be beneficial to check it out, go kind of sit in on these conversations.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good, man.
It was good.
Yeah, it was excellent. We started Friday. We had Invictus just hosted us for a workout.
Okay.
Super simple. Beer social after. We didn't really talk too much business, but Saturday we kind of kicked things off. Don talked to us for a little while and kind of broke down kind of where we're going, where we're at, you know, where things are. And I'll hit it on the front end. I think through the entire weekend, there was only one question about the sport of CrossFit. And just, I've only been in the community for like 3 years. So just seeing that affiliates kind of really don't care about the games was kind of interesting.
Sounds familiar.
Really think that affiliates just want people to come move towards, you know, that health and sickness continuum, move towards that healthy side and kind of focus on that. So it was good. Yeah, it's good to say the least.
So it was kind of confirming what this crew already knows. This podcast crew already knows. Like, hey, does that affect your opinion too? Also, like now we've heard the PFAA blabbering now for 4 years, and we've never heard them mention affiliates. It's an important distinction, right? Like, hey, what's best for the community?
Does it affect my opinion? Yes and no. I mean, yes, you have this entity of the PFAA coming out and trying to use a circumstance, though unfortunate, to rally more people to be behind. But I joined CrossFit because I wanted to be healthy. I didn't really join because I wanted to compete. It was only through years of trying to be an athlete that I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll compete in this local comp. Maybe I'll, you know, go join my friends for a partner comp. But I wasn't looking at it like, hey, oh my gosh, I want to get to the CrossFit Games. And I think like maybe one in like 100,000 athletes in just my local area want to compete at the games. So it's very like, I get the sense, and I feel after hearing some affiliate owners talk, it's like, hey, let Rogue run the CrossFit Games standard of what it is to be fit. Let Wadapalooza put on these competitions. Let all these other entities just control the games, because the elite athletes will flock to it, you know. And I think it's just more important that we see that the affiliate kind of just rise up through different programs. So we talked about a few programs. We talked about CrossFit in a federal space using, I'm learning about this now. It's like health service accounts to help allow people to be like, hey, use your money to go into a CrossFit gym because you're going to get your nutrition looked at. You're going to get your exercise looked at. You're going to build towards being a better human being. So I thought it was quite interesting to talk about those sort of things. I don't know if you have any questions.
Just so you know, so all of those things sound great, but those are all of those things were explored under Greg Glassman. So I'll tell you the reason why. You don't want the government involved in CrossFit at all. You don't want them paying for fucking affiliate fees. You don't want them doing anything, because what ends up happening is they end up getting in bed together, and really bad shit happens. So it's like California is in bed with the federal government. So if we don't do something that they want, you know what they do? They say, we're not going to give you money to build your highways. That's why Greg never wanted sponsors. Yeah, it's like the cigarette industry, and people will be like, oh my God, it's so cool that they're putting all these taxes and regulations on cigarettes. Well, then the federal government starts making, you know, what, $1 billion a year from cigarette sales, and all of a sudden they're not helping the people. They're partners with these people. Yeah. And there's all sorts of these ideas that kind of sound good. But man, if you got to look at like case study and see what happens. My point specifically was that that I think is so valid is the fact that the athletes have a shit ton of influence, right? You got 1 million followers who just want to stare at your fucking ass jiggle as you sprint 100 meters, but their actual value to the community is like none. And who knows that? The affiliates. You just ask them. Yeah. And so, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that in a disparaging way to the athletes, but it's the same with any NFL football player, right? Like, your value is so huge to the NFL, but your influence is not there. You're not going to change the rules of the game. You're not going to change the size of the football. You're not gonna become like a head coach or anything. Your only value is selling razors. I mean, your influence is in selling razors, not in anything else.
Yeah.
Except for idiots. I mean, look at people are going to vote for Kamala because Taylor Swift said so, right? I mean, it's like,
Right.
So yeah, I think the PFA is just trying to talk to the idiots in the room.
Yeah. I think some other interesting things that Don talked about was the revamp of media.
Yeah.
There, obviously, we know Hiller has pointed out that, like, you know, they fired their 2 media people. It's a whole revamp, you know, over the next 3 months. It's going to look a lot different. And yeah, they're just looking to push out more education about not just the L1, but the L2. They're just seeing more value in the L2 in the long term. And I'd be interested to see how that might look. There wasn't really specific details, just more like, hey, keep an eye out over socials over the next, you know, couple months. You could see a new YouTube channel come up that's dedicated to education, training, nutrition. So just, you know, look for long form content. So I thought that was pretty interesting as well.
Yeah, this is something that he's been saying for 3 years. So I'll be very curious if anything is actually done.
Yeah.
I would also, and I hope something's done, but this is also something that one 22-year-old hardworking filmmaker could do. He could turn out a piece of content every single day. And so it'll be curious. I mean, I'll be curious. I really hope you're right, but here, I think that they're in paralysis right now. I don't even think if they made content, they would release it because they have so many they're so concerned about their image. Like, they're not free. They're not the UFC. They're not Pat McAfee. They're not, you know what I mean? They're just, I think they're just paralyzed. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope I'm wrong. And I'm glad you're reporting all this. I'm glad you're telling me all this.
Yeah. I got a chance to talk with Maggie Mullen. She does branding at CrossFit.
Yeah, I think she was. I think she was an intern when I was there, as I recall.
I told her straightforward, I just want to see you guys grab some Gen Z 22-year-old who just wants to sit on their phone and make content for you guys. Like, there's hundreds of social media accounts that are across the world for sporting teams, brands, businesses, and at the end of the day, like, they reach the masses because they're speaking from that side of it. It's like, dude, like, there are plenty of hungry 21, 22-year-olds who can 8 to 10 hours, no questions asked, give you 5 30-second clips and a couple 3-minute long clips. You know, it's like super easy. And I just think that's something that they should look for, is just find someone who wants to do that, make themselves like indisposable.
What was this chick Maggie's? What was her title again?
She was branding, specifically branding.
Was Nicole Carroll at this meeting?
I don't think so. Most of it was led by Katie Hogan and Lisa Ray. So
mad respect for them.
Yeah, and they did really well. I thought I loved Lisa's conversation about the coaching. Katie Hogan kind of was like the masters of ceremony, kind of just moved the timeline along, led things, but
crazy capable humans, Lisa and Katie.
Super awesome keynote speakers as well. So we got to talk about that, and then I got to meet Eric. Oh, what's his name? He works with media.
Black guy, Preston.
Yeah, Eric
Stud.
Preston. He was
great
cool.
guy.
Dude. Oh, so I got to chat with him for a little bit, and that was pretty fun, you know. But otherwise, a pretty good weekend. I mean, yeah.
Eric and Lisa and Katie are amazing. I think Maggie maybe replaced Eva Claire Sinkowski, who is a fucking legend, as Nicole Carroll's assistant. I think that chick was like a fucking intern when I was there. And I got some, there was some pretty funny, I think I think that girl's a lesbian. I think a lot of girls in the office were really attracted to her and were trying to move in on her.
Yeah, there's some OGs there.
I'm just spitballing, just freestyling a little bit here. We're trying to remember.
Well, dude, yeah, that was my weekend. It was a pretty good weekend.
Well, good. Sure. It sounds like it was a positive thing.
Yeah, super positive, man.
Great. How did Don look? It's just from some people I heard he looked like he's aged 30 years since the fucking drowning. Was he okay? Because normally
No,
Don looks like a supermodel.
this was my first time meeting him. He seemed pretty composed. We worked out on Friday.
Mhm.
He was hanging out with the youngest of us, and
Yeah, he's a beast.
Saturday he was chilling, man. Like he didn't really, his voice didn't really break. I mean, he looked a little pale. Maybe that's like travel weather or whatever, but he didn't look like too
Good.
like aged or anything by the situation.
All right. Did he say anything about going to DC?
Yeah, he hit that on the forefront. He talked a little bit about it. I think the guy's name was like Callie something he was with.
Yep.
And they talked a little bit about their conversations and what they hope to see out of it. He mentioned that Callie was going on Joe Rogan in a couple of weeks, and that he was also on Tucker Carlson a couple of weeks ago. So I thought it'd be cool myself personally just to see what that conversation might be like with him on Rogan in a couple of weeks. And yeah, we'll definitely see. So it was good. Yeah.
It's weird to see these people doing those tours, because we all know that Greg Glassman has the chops for this, and he built the 15,000 fucking centers. You know, he spearheaded and gave opened the door to open 15,000 centers around the world to directly attack this.
Yeah.
And now these people are just talking heads about it. I don't want to poo-poo them, but I just feel like this is one of those things that's going to come and go. This is like the flavor of the month, and then it will move on.
Yeah,
but meanwhile, CrossFit's been putting in the hard work for fucking 20 years, and like they just finally found out. And it's like, we all know what it is. You have to stop eating fucking sugar, and you got to get off the couch, in that order. So I don't know. It's cool. It's cool that it's in the space. Maybe I'm just a pessimist.
No, cautiously optimistic is what I hear. It's just
Okay,
like
good.
you want the best for it. You aren't knocking down someone's hard work. You just want to see the fruit of the labor kind of.
Yeah, let me see.
Let
me see this Cali dude in a CrossFit gym. And
Yeah.
then I'll and be a practitioner. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, dude. I appreciate you listening out.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Bye.
A report from the affiliate gathering. Glowing reports for Don Fall in HQ. I'm not telling you guys how I really feel, just so you know. I am not. I am not. I am holding back like a mother. TikToker's death after running scorching Disneyland half marathon comes as heat-related fatalities. We don't even know what a TikToker is. That's what's so crazy about the bullshit that's on CNN. One day before he ran the Disney Halloween half marathon, during last week's Southern California heat wave, Bobby Graves shared his trepidations about the torrid sun and humidity with thousands of his TikTok followers. Graves, 35, who went by his middle name Caleb, posted a video September 7th in which he expressed concerns about the 90-plus degree heat and says he was marginally worried. Who uses the word marginally? Cucks. Dan Guerrero uses the word marginally. Graves, 35, who went by his middle name, says marginally worried about running the next morning. Graves rested on a pillow after a 20-minute early afternoon walk. Rested on a pillow with his dog in the City Garden Grove in northern Orange County. 10 minutes after I came back in, I just passed out, he said in the post, describing what he felt as heat exhaustion. He was an experienced long-distance runner and Disney race enthusiast, admitted having some susceptibility to high temperatures and said the UV exposure with the heat in Southern California is its own kind of beast. I really hope I get through the race tomorrow morning, Grave told his followers. About 7 a.m. last Sunday, he crossed the finish line in 1 hour and 56 minutes. So that means he started at 5 a.m. if he crossed at 7 a.m. A volunteer grabbed him before he fell, Anaheim Police Sergeant Matt Sutter said. About an hour later, Graves in full cardiac arrest was pronounced dead at the hospital. Orange County Coroner's Office says it is investigating whether the heat or something else killed the young attorney. I'll let you guys fill in the fucking blanks. Listen. Temperatures that day ranged from 74 to 106. Well, wasn't he finished the race at 7 a.m.? I wonder what day that is. Let's look up. Let's see. Sunrise at Los Angeles today. Sunrise time, Los Angeles. Sunrise in Los Angeles today is 6:37 a.m. Weather, Los Angeles, nighttime. Today's temperature in Los Angeles is it says high of 63. Can that be? Sounds kind of low. Oh, no, sorry. That was the weather. Oh, no. Tonight at 10 p.m., it'll be 63 degrees. So it's probably below 60 degrees when he was running. Right? Isn't it coldest right before the sun comes up? Los Angeles overnight. $61 degrees. You know what's crazy? The record high for today is from 2012. 103 degrees. LA is not Texas, that's for sure. And I sure as fuck don't want to be called a TikToker. Thank you, Ryan. 100%. $2,300 Americans died in 2023 due to heat. Global warming. It's coming for all of you. Wow, Doug Reed, tobacco pays over $100 million in taxes daily. I know. That's what I mean. Like, I don't think anyone at CrossFit has the chops to be negotiating or going to DC or talking about fucking cholesterol or public policy, or like they got no one over there who there's no one over there who should be going over there. Like, next thing you know, CrossFit will be partnering with Coca-Cola for exercise as medicine. There's no in that picture. One of the guys that Don went to DC with, I better be careful. I'm gonna go on a fucking rampage. Was the ice bath guy, some guy that sells ice tubs or ice baths. It's like, shut the fuck up. Like, how is CrossFit even in the same world? It's like the same guy who owns GoRuck. Like, I hear that guy talk and he thinks he wants to be like Greg Glassman. Like, he thinks he's like, it's like, dude, you're not even, show some fucking humility. You're a fucking accessory to fucking what is CrossFit. Show fucking just a smidge of humility when you're in the presence of titans. I wonder if Don's even read the journal. David Weed, with his own numbers, 8,500 people died in Spain in 2023 because of anal sex. That's nice. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool for a little bit longer. I wonder if they fired the CEO of Disneyland because that guy died in the marathon. I will say this, Don is very lucky to be surrounded with people like fucking Lisa Ray, Katie Hogan. Who is the other guy we mentioned? Preston. I don't think I know Preston's last name. Preston. Maybe that is his last name. Those are all, especially Lisa spent a shitload of time with Greg Glassman. Nobody died of heat exhaustion in the Isle of Man forever. Get him, Sevi. I'll just wait. I'm just going to wait a few months. I'm just going to wait a few months. Just going to chill. Do my shit. Just chill, Sevi. Chill. Tomorrow's show is not for everybody. Oh, who texts me on this phone? What do you want? Someone just, is this someone eating a dog in Haiti? Oh my goodness. 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 I don't know if I can show that video. Okay. Yeah, I mean, man, oh man. Wow. Someone told me Haitians even eat manatees. Do you guys know what that is? Wow. I saw a manatee in Key West. Someone just sent me a video of street scene in Haiti where they're killing cats and eating them. That's tough. Manatee? That's a crazy picture. You say manatee, I say manatee. All right, tomorrow. Let me tell you about who we're having on tomorrow. I know you're panicking. You're like, no, Sebi, don't go. Heiko Sepp, is that his name? Tomorrow we are having Heiko Sepp on. Heiko's post-vaccination health is dire, and his story resonates with many who have faced similar challenges. Your support will be crucial in helping Heiko. Let me see if I can find the story. How he popped on my radar. Was it a video? Oh, he's got a movie. He's got a movie coming out. Oh, man. Oh, I wonder if I can show this to you without getting a ding. You guys ready? Oops. I don't know if I can show this to you. He was Norwegian extreme athlete on a harrowing journey from heart inflammation to autoimmune diseases, witnessing his relentless quest for answers. The documentary is called My Biggest Battle. Here, I'll put a link in the here's a link. Yeah, this is going to be a gnarly show tomorrow. Homeboy has his fucking life turned upside down from the vaccine. I better put this link in here. Anyone see Taylor Self compete this week? He's at some competition. Someone sent me something about boobs. Oh. No. Oh. Cancer events. Well, oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Anything else? Who paid for the lunch with you, Susan, and Greg, per Susan's earlier comment on the podcast that day? I assume Greg did. Greg pays for everything. I've been in that restaurant where Greg paid for every single person in the restaurant. You guys know that story? We were in there early one morning. The place was packed. It should not have been packed. It was fucking packed. I wonder if I have the hat that I got that day. And all the dudes were dressed in like fatigues and shit, and they were all clearly some sort of like policia. And I can't remember if one of the guys came over to the table. Yeah, one of the guys came over to the table and said, "Hey, are you Greg Glassman?" And Greg said, "Yeah." And he's like, I do CrossFit and all this stuff. And then we found out it was probably like 7 a.m. and it was ICE, a group of like 20 or 30 ICE guys who'd just gotten off of work, maybe 40. I don't know. It was a shitload of dudes, maybe 50. I don't know. The restaurant was packed, and it was all dudes from ICE who had just finished a night mission collecting bad guys in the area. And then we got up and Greg said, "Hey, I'll pay for all these guys." And we tried to slip away, but then like 5 or 6 of the guys chased us outside and took pictures with Greg, and they gave him a hat. And then Greg gave me the hat. Well, yeah, Greg has more money than me and Sousa, so he pays. Just like, you know. What size boobs are too big? Oh, that is a stupid question. So stupid. Come on, Barry. You know the answer to that. I think we had breakfast. That's where I overate. We didn't have lunch. We had breakfast. I should see if Greg wants to go to breakfast now. Oh, any interest in cilantros this morning or early afternoon? Oh, yes. Yes. I am ready. Oh shit. I'm going. Oh shit. I haven't seen Dave in a long time. I wonder if I could get Dave to come out with us. They open at 11 a.m., right? God, life is fun. What's today? Sunday? I got to call my wife really quick. I could do this on my own time, but fuck it. Will the show get flagged on YouTube tomorrow? Maybe. Hi.
Good morning.
Hey, is
Hi.
everyone awake?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do we have plans today?
No, not that I know of. Maggie mentioned going skating maybe, but that was it.
Okay. I think I'm gonna take the boys out like at 10. Can they hear me? Can the boys hear me?
No.
All right. You don't have to come if you want to chill. You can chill, or you can come with me. I'm gonna go to the spot at 11 a.m. For some reason, I don't think I should say where I'm going anymore because yesterday someone showed up where I went.
Avi said you and Greg and Matt got recognized. I thought about that. Like, did he say exactly where he was going?
Yeah, I made a post on Instagram, which is okay. The dude was cool. Dude was cool as shit.
Yeah. You need to have some mystery around your life.
Well, if I'm going to go to I go to the Mexican part of town so no one will recognize me. If I wanted to get recognized, I'd go to one of the fucking cut cafes in town. Kamala cafes.
Right.
Yeah.
Kamala Cafe.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I was debating whether I wanted to do an 11 a.m. class.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
All right. Well, that's easy. No one's gonna abduct me. I just want to get my swerve on at 11 a.m. I can't be seeing anyone. Oh shit, Judy, son of a bitch. Oh, hi. Can your wife write a workout that she could beat you at? Oh, dude, are you kidding me? There's this workout she does once a week. It's 300 air squats for time. She just did 934. I cannot do that. I think she could beat me in a lot of shit. Sevi, do you have your CCW? Hold on, let me look that up. See, I have to go pee is what I have. You see, carry concealed weapon. All right, this show's taking a downturn. Talk to you guys later. That was fun. Appreciate you hanging with me this morning. See you guys tomorrow.